live look out over Seattle, where a new study is revealing just how expensive it is to live here. The report from online realtor Nested says Seattle has the 9th highest rents in the world, not in the country, in the world. So what can people here do to have a better rental experience? With answers from Seattle Rental Group, please welcome Benjamin Young. Glad you're here. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
So, wow. People are competing for places now, right?
Yes, very true.
There are lots of people trying to get in, and you suggest that they create a renter profile ahead of time. What's involved with that?
So rental profile helps clarify, just solidify your credibility as an applicant or interested on a certain property. What I recommend is putting information on your pets there, offer letter if you have some, if you're moving to the area, reason for moving, and just more information of your background. That way, when you do submit it, it just kind of makes you stand apart from the rest of the people applying. Like you said earlier, it's competitive here in Seattle, and to kind of stand apart, you need to kind of do everything that you can to leverage yourself apart. So
it's just amazing to me that the inventory is such that you have to do that. Are there particular times of year where it's easier to find places than not?
I would say it depends on what your current situation is. Of course, if you're a larger family, you have a lot of moving parts. If you're more of an individual, it's a little easier to move. So the best time I see people moving is during the summer. It's warmer out. The kids are out of school. You're able to just have more of an easier time. But during the winter, you kind of see a little bit more of an advantage because not a lot of people are moving because they want to. They move because they need to.
Right.
And you're able to maybe get a little bit of an advantage.
Slightly better deal.
Exactly.
Can you negotiate rent at all in this climate?
I would say if you are trying to negotiate, just be willing and understanding that you might lose the property. There is opportunity. Every scenario is different. It's individual cases where you can. It just really depends on, if there's other applications on the property or if you're the only one,
Yeah, and you won't know that necessarily.
You can always ask. They should be good about telling you. If you're dealing with a professional or a leasing agent or a property manager, they should be able to tell you if there's other applications.
You say understand your timeline. What does that mean?
So what I mean by understanding your timeline is I kind of recommend in our competitive market to start looking anywhere between 30 to 45 days prior to your desired moving date. However, you should be doing research ahead of time before that. So you should understand what properties go for the neighborhood you desire, what neighborhoods you want to move to, and just kind of understand what you're getting yourself into. So therefore, when you do go to tour property and look at homes, you understand if it's a good deal or bad deal prior for you.
How do you find this out? How do you know?
Really just asking people. I recommend talking to as many people as possible, especially if you're moving to a new area. Or go online. We have a lot of good online websites and that you could search. And
even though you're not ready for it, at least you can kind of plan for the prices. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, communicating to professionals.
So what I recommend is kind of leveraging yourself by when you do call to do showings or whatnot, just kind of open the door to, hey, this is my search criteria. This is what I'm looking for. A lot of times, if they are professionals, they're going to have other properties coming available or other properties in the building. So if they do have, the pocket listings or whatnot, they would be able to let you know and you can give yourself leverage.
It's a nice wide net that you might be casting.
Exactly.
So you need to know who your landlord is, right? You might be dealing with a broker, but you need to know who you're paying.
Yeah, so if, again, we're doing reviews. Understanding if you're moving into a building that's property that's managed professionally, looking up the reviews of people who are living there. Again, asking people about a landlord if they are living in the building with you. And even, you might even ask the landlord for his references or his reviews or whatnot. The more information you have, the better.
The better off you are. And then you say review the lease, which seems like, duh, of course, but hardly anybody really does.
Yeah. Some people say, well, it's 30 pages. Well, I mean, the whole goal is if you read it and understand what exactly is on the lease, you won't get stuck in a situation that could be troublesome later on. So it ultimately could save you a lot of money.
So take a few minutes and just do that.
Exactly.
And may the force be with you if you're looking for a place to rent right now out there. Do you see anything differing in terms of price? Are we just going to keep going up and up in the short term?
Yep, I do see that for the short term that we're going to keep increasing, but I will say we are introducing a lot of new inventory into the market. A lot of condominiums. This is quote-unquote the year of the condo in Seattle.
Right.
A lot of condos are breaking ground, and they're going to be developing for the next few years. A lot of apartments are also going to be releasing new inventory. So
we'll cross our fingers on that.
Yeah, we're still, if I look into my crystal ball, I would say prices for the short term are going to keep going up, but they should maybe level out sooner or later.
I'm going to rent out a room in my house, I think. We'll be right back.